What goes on, fam? It's me, Joe, making a podcast. What the heck? Thank you so much for clicking on this or listening to this or whatever you're doing with this. Thank you. Just thank you so much. To all my supporters and my family and my friends and everybody. Just thank you. This podcast is something that I'm really excited about because I'm gonna be sharing all of my stories, all of my ideas, all of my wacky opinions, and all of just every thought. So they should be fun. I want to make this fun, and I want to make this like philosophical, and like I want to make you think. I want to make me think, and I want to like dig deep into like whatever it is that's going on in here. So it should be like creative and colorful and amazing. So let's hope that that's what this is. But this is gonna be the first podcast. So with that, and with this being the first episode, I'm gonna start with frequently asked questions, and by frequently asked, I mean like 5 or 10 times a day that I get from TikTok. Because if you don't know, I am a TikToker or a TikTok influencer. Weird. But that's what I am, and I get asked questions, I get comments that are very similar all the time, every single day. So this is something that I'm going to be discussing on here. And just to clear the air and to like start this off fresh and good, I'm going to start off with some of those frequently asked questions. And the question that I probably get asked the most out of any other question that I've ever seen, and I do look at a lot of my comments, but I don't look at all of them. It's just a bit much. But the one that I see the most is, Joe, how old are you? I see how old is this girl? How old is she? Yeah, so let's just rip the band. I'm 23, guys. And when I do, I've made several TikToks talking about this. And when I mention it, people are like, no way, I thought you were in high school. I thought you were 17. I thought you were 16. I swear she was 15. Yeah, no, I'm 23. And yeah, I don't know, that's all I can say and do about that. I remember when I was like actually 16, people thought I was 13, so I'm not doing that much better. In fact, the age gap is just getting bigger for what I look like and what I actually am. It was 3 years, and now it's just growing. But yeah, I'm 23, guys. And I remember when I was younger, asking my mom to see my birth certificate because I just couldn't believe how old I actually was. Now that I think about it, I should have told the people in my family that I was making a podcast, and to be silent. I don't think I mentioned it to them. Oops. So if you hear noises, door slamming, not that there's gonna be door slamming, but like if you hear noises, it's my family. But okay, back on topic. So now you know that how old I am. But yeah, when I was a kid, I would literally beg my mom, can I please see my birth certificate? I just was convinced that I was a year older than I actually was because I didn't want to age as a child. I know a lot of kids are like, I can't wait to be a grown-up. I can't wait. Not me. And it wasn't because I knew that like adulting was going to be a thing and I was going to have responsibilities. It was literally because I felt like my window was closing for being a child actor, and I wasn't going to be able to be on like my favorite TV shows and like be on Nickelodeon and Disney Channel. This was my process, and this was my thinking, my logic. I was like, I'm going to be 12. Like, no, the world is ending. I wanted to be Shirley Temple young. Like, I wanted to be young. And it was the worst. So yeah, I turned 12 and I just stayed that way. And my face hasn't changed a whole lot since my teen years. That's all I gotta say about that. How did I get started on TikTok? Another question that I get asked a lot on lives and in just random comment sections. Just to answer this, it's pretty simple. I mean, everybody was getting into TikTok back in 2019, and I downloaded it. I'm pretty sure I had it for 3 days and then deleted it. And the reason for that was I realized how powerful TikTok was in terms of addiction. It was just so addicting. And I'm like, I don't need another thing to like spend hours on. Like, I already got my TV shows. I'm trying to like read books again. Like, I have art that I'm trying to do. Because at the time, YouTube and Instagram was something that I was trying to do for myself, thinking that I could, make it on there. And those are really hard platforms to make it on. and not realizing what a goldmine TikTok is, because I wasn't thinking like that. I was just working with what I knew. So I deleted TikTok back in 2019. I had it for 3 days, deleted it, didn't look at it again until about February 2020, which is more than a year ago, about a year and a month ago. And around the time that I got it, I think a week or maybe less than a week after I got it, this is the big like story that like did it for me with TikTok. Kobe Bryant died. It was an end of February, beginning of March that I got TikTok or something like that. Kobe Bryant died, and I was trying to do art on TikTok because I knew art TikToks were a thing. So I was like, not to like jump on some sort of thing where I was like, let me capitalize on this. That's terrible. No, my thought was like, oh, this is something I can, you know, bring up, and I don't know much about basketball, but I'd really like to say like, something in my own way, which is art. So I drew Kobe, and I drew him holding a basketball to his head in marker and colored pencil, and it was not supposed to be what it became, like a big thing. And I left it alone. My videos weren't viral or anything. After 3 weeks, the video hit 1 million views, something that has never happened to me. Of course, like what? That's not something that happens. And I had 1,000 followers in less than a week on TikTok, 1,000 followers. And that was huge. There was people on TikTok trying to make it to 100 in months. And I was like, whoa, okay, people like this. And I had heard like, keep doing what people like, keep doing what people like. So I kept making different art TikToks with different celebrities. So I did Billie Eilish, I did Ariana Grande. Who else did I do? I did Charlie in like pastel, and I would do giveaways. I would send them to people who wanted them. I would do cartoon characters, and I did that for a while. And I slowly but surely gained an audience until I was at 10K suddenly, and that was a huge deal. I remember my sister recording that moment, and I was just like, oh my god, I'm at 10K, I can't believe it. Like literally on this, actually not on this couch, but like in that corner, because we switched the couches out, in that corner being like, oh my god, I can't believe I'm at 10K. And it was just so surreal, and it was just growing and growing and growing. And it felt like something I was doing. Like, it didn't feel like a chance thing. I was like, I'm working hard, so I'm earning it. Like, it didn't feel like luck at all. It felt like something that I was earning, because I was working hard, I was doing and posting every single day, and I was doing something that people liked. So eventually, we all know, oh, please ignore my dog. So eventually, we all know quarantine and everything that happened there. Students eventually went online, and being an online student, I saw that kids needed help because they had absolutely no idea what they were doing, and I decided to give that help. I gave a bunch of online school tips, and that video blew up. And I do mean blew up, not like the Kobe Bryant video. The Kobe Bryant video, like I said, took 3 weeks to actually hit that 1 million views. Yeah, we're talking about 1 million views in a day for my school tips video. And that's what got me to 100K. That's crazy. So that was a desperately needed video at the time, and I didn't realize what I was doing. And I did make a part 2, a part 3, a part 4, and that just kept climbing. And it was just so awesome to see that. And by doing this, I kept sharing stories of things that I had done in school and that helped me, which eventually led to me sharing story times. What? I did not expect this to be like the longest question. So, which eventually led to me sharing my story times. And one of those story times ended up being movie hacks. I wanted to be helpful, and the movie hacks were not helpful. Like, no one needs movie hacks in terms of like going to the movies. How can you sneak snacks in? How can I get to see 3 movies in a row without paying for them all? This is terrible. Like, but these are things that I did, and by doing that, I explained my stories. I'm like, I wouldn't do this today, but let me tell you how we got, like, we like, actually made it happen. So those videos went viral as well, and I became a storytime TikToker, And that was super fun. And for the longest time, all I did was wake up, post a story time, and it would go viral. And it was just so cool. And I posted story times about every aspect of my life. And it wasn't just, you know, educational anymore. It was purely entertainment. It was purely like people wanting to hear stories. And I loved that. And from that, I tell stories about my family, eventually mentioning my dad. And I ended up saying how my dad had no idea I had TikTok, which took me from 700K to 1 million in 3 days, I believe. Again, insane, which I feel like could happen today, but it is a lot harder. TikTok did change after the Creator Fund. I know people are like, nah, it didn't. It did. I truly believe it did. And it could just be because of an increase in videos and stuff, but that's what ended up happening. And I remember, oh my god, I was thinking about this today. My cousins, my sister, we were all hanging out at my cousin's house, and they literally left the room. And I was like, that's weird. But in the back of my head, I'm like, oh, I kind of know what's going on. Because I didn't have my phone with me. My little cousin had it. They come with balloons and what else did they have? Did they have a cake? I don't remember what they had. But I recorded it and put it on TikTok, which was great. And they were like, congratulations, you hit 1 million. Oh my god, what a moment, bro. Like, what? That is crazy. Oh, I literally can't believe it. I'm like going through it in my head right now. Jeez. Anyway, gosh. Anyway, I'm grateful for all you guys. You literally changed my perspective on what was possible. Sorry. Okay, back at it. That's how I got started on TikTok, and I guess that's the whole lengthy version of the story. How I did it, and I do have a video up on YouTube explaining how I feel like it's possible to go viral on TikTok. Yeah, so that's that's that question. Okay, this next one is one that I really want to discuss. I was asked in a live recently, and I've been thinking about this for a while. I was asked, am I surprised at the success I've gotten on TikTok? To be 100% honest, which I am, which I've been doing this whole time. I don't know why I said that. No. and I've mentioned before that I've been trying to gain an audience on Instagram, and I've been trying to get an audience on YouTube, and I literally was quitting YouTube. When I joined TikTok, I literally was done with YouTube. I'm like, I've tried. I'm just going to become a teacher, and that's it. And I'm going to try to act like I still have dreams. I still pray and hope for that, and I'm still going to be applying, and I'm still going to try for that. But I'm giving up on YouTube. I can't do it. I've been trying for years, and it hasn't happened for me. But I wasn't surprised about TikTok because I don't know what the hurdle was with YouTube, and I think we all understand that YouTube has a little bit of a trickier algorithm and things like that, but or whatever it is. But with TikTok, it was so easy. It was too easy, in my opinion, for me, and how it went for me. And I don't know if that could ever be recreated. And it was God, in my opinion. I'm sorry. Joe, don't apologize. This is your podcast. Do not apologize. I'm sorry. I'm telling other people in my life not to apologize. I'm like, don't apologize just for doing things, you know? So I'm trying to like get that for myself. Anyway. So I've always known, especially since I was a kid, that I was quote unquote going places. Not only was I told this from like a lot of my teachers. They're like, you are something else, Joe. You are something else, which is something I heard a lot, and it's something I still hear to this day. My last coworker, who was this older man, he was like, you are something else. But I always knew that I wasn't gonna live like in the normal shadow. I felt like I was gonna be seen. I don't want to use the word famous, and I will not be using that word. Ignore that I just said it. I knew I was gonna be seen some way, somehow. In my liking, I would have liked to have been an actor or a voice actor, or written films or written books, which is 100% still possible and a 100% a dream. And I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Whatever. Like, you know what? I'm gonna do everything. I'm gonna do that all. Forget that I said that. I'm doing that. But I knew that it was coming some way, somehow. I was like always ready when I went out. I was like, I don't know, I'll probably get discovered next time I go to Walmart, or whenever we left the city and we went anywhere, I was like, I'll probably get discovered at this restaurant. It's cool. And it wasn't, and I never told anybody about it because I realize how arrogant that sounds. And when someone would ask, what do you want to be when you grow up? I say something sensible, like, I want to be a teacher, because I would never say I want to act or I want to, like, be in front of people. I would never say that, and I still wouldn't. Like, I still have trouble with that. But, you know, TikTok has let me be really honest and has let me feel, ooh, sorry, I just cracked my knuckles, I won't do that again. Has let me be really honest and let me be myself, and I'm just discovering myself little by little, and has helped me grow, especially with them comments that are, like, kind of tough. But, yeah, I feel like I've always known. So I'm not surprised. I'm a bit shocked how it happened on TikTok, but, yeah, so. Okay, another frequently asked question. Actually, no, this isn't really a question. This is a comment that I get a lot. This is, are you Zendaya? You look a little bit like Zendaya. Were you in that one movie? Oh my god, were you in Spider-Man? I swear I thought she was Zendaya. I thought this was Zendaya the first second. Okay, I'm done. But I get compared to Zendaya at least 10 times a day. And that's pretty accurate. Yeah. To how many times I get compared. I don't agree. I don't think I look like Zendaya at all. I think I have a similar skin tone to her, and we have similar hair. And that's about as far as the similarities go. Actually, I don't even think I have a similar skin tone to her. But we do have similar hair sometimes, and people make that comparison. But no, I've seen people who look a lot like Zendaya on TikTok, so I should not be getting these comments as frequently as I do. Other comments I get, you look a lot like Alessia Cara, you look like that girl from On My Block, you look like that girl from Outer Banks. I get compared to people a lot. So far, I've not been compared to a Latina. I have not been compared to a Latina. I'm just now realizing everyone who I'm getting compared to is not even my ethnicity. What? Not that it matters, but like, maybe a little. But anyway, I'm not Zendaya. I was not in Spider-Man. I wish. Okay? She's amazing. I'm not that. I'm not her. I wish. Okay, I'm done. Am I afraid of ever being canceled? Ooh. Or, like, let's talk about cancel culture for a second. Am I ever afraid of being canceled? When we first started, I guess, this is gonna get deep. This is gonna get deep, and I'll tell you why. Because I guess I'm always afraid of getting canceled in real life. Wow, Joe. But listen. This is why. It's because, how do I express this with words? I'm always going over my own words and my own conversations with myself. So because of anxiety, I'm always scanning my conversations with people. So let's say I had a conversation with so-and-so, and we talk, and they're laughing. It's going pretty good, you know? Like, maybe this is only our second or third time meeting. They're a pretty chill person. You know, hey, I'll see you later. Bye. I'll probably think of that conversation for the rest of the day. What could I have said better? Did I say something? Could I have possibly said something offensive? That look that they gave, did that mean something? And this is just, people with anxiety know exactly what I'm talking about. But this is how I think before posting a video. Like, this is the thought process. I'm kind of thankful that there's a bit of that anxiety in me that makes me think before speaking, and the point is I don't want to offend, hurt, or harm someone intentionally. And it doesn't matter about the intentions, of course. If you hurt someone, you hurt someone, intentions or not, it happened, and you should be open up to apologize to that. My biggest scare, though, is that if I ever misspeak on a subject, on a culture or a joke, maybe I misunderstood something, maybe I didn't know the context, whatever it is, or like, Joe, you didn't know that that's not something people say anymore, like whatever it is, like I want to be as, like, my biggest fear is being ignorant, like I want to be as aware as I can be of what's going on, and I want to be aware of people's, you know, like lines, and that's the entire internet that I'm thinking about. Jeez. So yeah, I don't want to mess around with that. Again, my biggest concern is if I ever were to be canceled, because, you know, I don't know if cancelment really works. Sometimes it does. I don't know. My biggest fear is the apology. I'm like, if I ever had to apologize for something, I don't know what that would be. Again, I'm always concerned about other people and what they're, if they're okay, if they're doing well, if I want to empathize with people, learn about people, and I never want to harm anyone. So again, I'm praying all the time that nothing I ever say offends anybody. But if I ever do say anything out of turn, if someone wants to educate me, hopefully I'll be able to give an apology that is worthy and that is well spoken and good and accepted, because a lot of the times when people apologize, 50% of the people don't accept it or more. And they're like, well, this isn't good enough, this is fake, there are no tears. What? I'm like, what should they do? Like, what else can you do after you apologize? And when they take time, they're like, wow, you took so much time, didn't need that much time. Or they say, if you post the apology right away, they're like, wow, you literally just posted that apology and now you just want to get back to making videos. You can never win. And that's something you learn with the internet. Like, you can never please everyone, and which was the biggest issue for me as a people pleaser. I just wanted everybody to be happy, that I would sacrifice my own happiness. Terrible mix for someone who wants to be an influencer, right? But, with that being said, I don't know the proper way to give an apology that's going to be satisfying for the majority. And the only thing I could do is be honest, right? I doubt it would ever be something that would make me cry, because hopefully it's never anything that offensive. Like, I would never be blatantly offensive. I'm super hyper aware. I feel like I would never do anything, but who knows? We don't know the future. But I'm always praying, like, that God keeps me, like, you know, aware in everything that I'm posting and everything like that. But there's no secret life, guys. I don't have any, like, crazy tweets. In fact, my Twitter is completely dead. Like, I got it in high school and I never used it, so you can go ahead and look at it. There's nothing on it. There's no blackmail things that you can do. That there's nothing. I don't have anything. Like, everybody in high school will tell you that I was super quiet or I was nice. I had no enemies. Like, there's not much out there. I'm very lucky in that sense, that I didn't do anything in my past that'll come back to bite me or anything like that. So yeah, I'm not afraid of being canceled in that sense. And like, oh, Joe, but this came up about you in the past. Nah, I'm not worried about that. There's nothing there. What? I was playing in the backyard eating dirt, like, in high school. Yeah, watching iCarly after school. That's not a lie. Like, that's just what I was doing. Like, I was in art class. Okay, I'm done. But cancel culture. I think I saw a video like today or yesterday talking about how it shouldn't really be cancel culture. It should be more about acknowledgement, keeping people accountable. And if you never let people grow, then what are we doing? Like, we're human. Everybody wants to jump on. If someone says, I'm pointing this thing that's partially bad about this person out, this one mistake they made once, which is totally easy to make, and the rest of us could probably make that mistake as well if you were in the same position, and I think we should all hit on this person, and we should all do it together because there is weight in numbers. Everybody jumps on that because it's fun and it's easy, and you can't call out everybody who's doing it because there's way too many. And I'm thinking about Charlie and her whole situation. Like, back with the, what was it? The dinner thing. That was ridiculous. You guys were canceling her for the wrong reasons, bro. What the heck? Like, what? This girl spoke. She what? Ugh, okay. I don't know. I don't know what Dixie was doing, but like, what? Anyway, I'm not a crazy fan of Charlie, but that just seemed out of place, like out of line. Like, y'all bored or something. Like, what? Anyway, I remember talking about that, and a lot of people were like, yeah, I agree with you. It just felt like everybody was jumping on because it's so easy to do. It is so easy to do, to like say something and add, because it's like fun. It's like, oh, we're all like throwing something in, and no one can call us out because there's way too many of us. Come on, why couldn't we all have that energy when we said, guys, if we all stand up right now and walk out of school, who's gonna stop us? But of course nobody did it. But nah, since you guys are behind your phones and behind your computer screens, you can all talk mad hate and cancel somebody, but not walk out of school. Come on, Gen Z. You guys are like revolutionaries. Can't y'all keep the energy? Anyway, sorry. I'm just mad about that. Like, if you say you're gonna do it, I was down. Nobody else was down. I mean, they all said they were down, but no one was picking up their backpack. I'm sorry, I'm done. But, Joe, stop saying sorry. It's your podcast. Okay, I'm done. But, yeah, in terms of cancel culture, I'm not a fan. I think there's so many better ways to go about it, but the internet's not perfect. Jeez. But, yeah. Anyway, I love TikTok. Yeah, I'm sorry if you hear, like, the crazy chair noises. It's because I have a chair that I got, and I love it. And it's comfortable, and I totally forgot to switch it out for the non-noisy chair. Anyway, going back to what we were talking about. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Those are pretty much the most frequently asked questions that I get. Anything other than that, I mean, I'm often asked to tell more stories and things like that. I'm often asked if I have a boyfriend. I do not, guys. I do not have a boyfriend. There's nobody. Okay, well, but yeah, this is a short podcast because that is all I have for you today. But thank you so much for watching and joining. Okay, before we end though, I just want to say how much I love you guys. The things you have told me, the things you have said, just supporting me out of nothing. Like, you won't even watch the video and you'll say something nice. Hi, for the people who always comment hi under my videos. Hi. I love you. You guys are incredible humans. I know some of you are young. I know some of you are older. Doesn't matter. Love you guys so much. Are you okay? I'm praying for you guys always. Oh my gosh, you guys. I love you guys so much. There's so many of you. And I love you. Even if you just followed me and never saw me again. Love you. Just the fact that you wanted to do that. I love you. So, somebody loves you. That's me. Whether you follow me or not, if you just randomly saw this video, okay, or heard this podcast, okay. Oh my god, listening to your voice for so long, I don't know how people do this. You know what, it sounds kind of good. Ooh. No, it doesn't. Stop, Joe. Anyway, bye. Bye, guys. I love you. Te amo. Bye.